welcome to a new tutorial for atats.com. My name is Carlos Badio and I'll be showing you how to do a cool tornado composition. First, let's check out what we're gonna be making. This is it. You get the tornado twisting here, the whole surroundings moving with the tree and the particles flying around, the debris, the thunder in the sky, and everything is looked at from inside of a car with a rack focus and all that stuff. So this is part 1, in which I will explain how to do the tornado, the farm, and all the surroundings. In part 2 we'll cover the car part. Alright, first thing we need to do is get into Flickr to get our pictures. I found the Gleb Farm by Mr. Jonathan Gill and the Equator Strike Woman Watches Well, the short title one by Hyperscholar. We can get these pictures for free and use them since they are under the Creative Commons license. So we're gonna download them and open them into Photoshop for some editing. Here we are with the Gleb Farm. What we need to do with this is save a copy of this picture here, this image, save it with the name tree, and then just get the clone stamp here and clone out the tree so we get rid of it and we get a clean plate like that. So we want to clone out the tree like this, and when we get the clean plate we're gonna save it with the name farm background. Alright, and another thing, we'll get a selection tool here and we'll make a selection of the top clouds, get them into a new layer and just stretch them here like this, so we have the complete image with clouds. And then we're gonna clone out the trees here. I love to clone clouds, it gets really easy. Alright, when we're happy with the result, we're gonna save this with the name cloud or clouds, whatever. So you get 3 different images from the Gleb Farm. You get the original and name it tree, you get the clean plate, name it farm background, and you get the clouds, name it clouds. As for the car, what we're gonna do is get rid of the background here, so we gotta get the pen tool, do a mask, keep the mirror of course, and just get rid of this scene happening here, the strike. Of course you can keep the monkey if you want, but we're gonna save this, keeping the transparency, and import all 4 pictures into After Effects for our project. So here I have the 3 Gleb Farm thing, and here I have the car inside. So let's create a new comp here. We're gonna name this farm, and those are the settings I'm gonna use. 1280 by 720 square pixels, and we want to make this composition 20 seconds long. Hit OK, and we're gonna import the tree and the background, both of them, to the composition. Alright, let's make this bigger here and hit the secondary button, hit transform, fit to comp width, and adjust this so the top is aligned like that. Perfect. So now that we have this, go to tree, zoom in a bit, and with the tree layer selected, get the pen tool and do a mask around our tree like that. I'm gonna speed up things a little bit here. Alright, now our tree is an independent element of the composition. You can just get it in or out, whatever you want, and we'll animate it later. Next step is to import the clouds into the comp, and we'll make this layer 3D, clicking here, hit W, and rotate the picture not entirely flat, just like that. Now move it to the top, so the top of the picture is above the end of the composition, and we're gonna make a quick ellipse mask for this layer. Double click here, and here we are. Now let's adjust some of the points, moving this and this to respect the tree here, and just hit F to feather this mask and click here to hide it. Now feather this mask so it blends, and probably adjust these two like that, so the clouds blend with the original sky. Cool. The effect we're gonna add now is called Trill here in the stored, and what this effect does, let's apply it to the clouds layer. What this effect does is trilling whatever you have in your layer like that. If you go too far, it looks exaggerated, but use it with subtlety and it will be perfect for starting a tornado. So the starting position will be minus 20 something. That way we'll get even more rotation. And now we'll go to the beginning of the composition, hit a keyframe for the angle, go around 15 seconds later, and move it forward until plus 70 something, 77 or 73. That's good. It doesn't look too much, and it's a perfect way to start a tornado. Alright, we have our twisting sky, and now let's add some lighting. And the way we're gonna do it is with an effect called CC Light Rays. Here we have it. And we're gonna add this effect to the farm background layer. So let's drag it here, and when this effect does, you can see it here, it casts some bright light based on the color of your layer, red, green, white, blue, whatever. So you set the center point of this CC light rays, whatever you want, in the clouds, and now let's lower a bit the intensity, around 60, increase the radius, I like 80, and play around with the warp softness like that, so it looks realistic. Now you place the center whatever you want, and go to some point in the timeline, hit a keyframe for intensity, and hit U to reveal it, and then we'll zoom in a bit here, go a few frames after, get the intensity back to 0, a few frames before, get it back to 0 again. So we have a fast lighting happening in the clouds right there. And the cool thing is that by pressing Ctrl D or Command D, we can duplicate this effect, light rays 2. So you can just move these extra keyframes, offset them like this, and then just by moving the center point, you get a different lighting in somewhere else in the clouds, like that, and two lightings happening like this. Really cool. You can make as many lightings as you want during the whole composition. You can even copy this, Control C, and paste it into the clouds for, hit U to reveal the keyframes, for some lighting in the top layer, like that. So just move this here, where you can have, let's increase the intensity. Yep, you can have some lighting happening here while the sky twirls. Really cool effect. I like it very much for the clouds. And I think we are done. So let's do a new composition here for all the particles that will form our tornado and the surroundings. Let's name this tornado, hit OK, and add a new solid here. Let's name it funnel, and let's make it clear gray like that. Hit OK, and we'll apply the effect called CC particle whirl to this solid like that, and copy the settings provided named funnel in the funnel picture, and those settings I have them right here. And when you get all the settings into the particle whirl, you'll get something that looks like this. This is gonna be the base of our tornado. but we need some more particles, so make another solid, name it dust, and make it darker gray, like this, hit OK. This is gonna be the dust spinning around the top part of our funnel. So again, particle world, and copy the settings with the name dust. I'll have this here, and we get this cloud of dust like that. Now we want to mask it, but since we can mask particles, just go to layer and we'll pre-compose this dust, name it test 2, the new composition, move all attributes, hit OK, and now finally we can get the pen tool and do a quick mask around our dust layer like that. Hit M, set it to subtract, and hit F to feather it like this. Alright, you see some dust appearing here, so just move these points down so we get rid of it, and adjust this so the dust only appears at the top part. Perfect. We'll get this basic shape, and then just close this and let's pre-compose these two layers together. Layer pre-compose, let's name this basic cone, move all attributes, hit OK, and we have this basic shape, and we'll modify it using an effect called mesh warp. Drag it here. What this effect does is allowing us to distort our layer like a mesh, but we just need 3 rows and 3 columns for our distortion. So we'll set it to 3, and then we'll move all these points closer to the center like this to get a more tornado shape. We'll move these points horizontally, not vertically. We don't want to distort the particles in a vertical way, and we'll try to get this V shape, this V shape that will make it look like a tornado. We also want to make it much thinner than it was. Yeah, and also above here, up here. Yeah. Alright, this looks good. We'll go with this shape, but we'll first apply another particle layer, so new solid. Let's name this green dust, since this is going to be the dust that it spins around the base of the lower half of the funnel, and that it comes from the ground. So let's make this green, name it green dust, apply particle whirl to it, and get the settings named green dust. And when you have them, you will get a layer like this with some green particles, and position them the way you want. We'll place them here in the lower half of our tornado, just like that. And then we'll animate the appearance of this layer, the opacity to be exact. So hit T to reveal the opacity settings, set a keyframe, move it forward like that, and then another keyframe at 0% opacity, and just move these keyframes until we get our particles to appear at the right time, like that. Alright, then I think we'll adjust to the appearance of this dust, because at the beginning we're getting the dust here too soon. So again, the same process, hit T for opacity. Let's make this dust not that dense, so let's lower it maximum opacity down to 80 for the maximum. Let's move this here, and then another keyframe at 0, and just like that we get our animation. Alright, we have the basic cone and the green dust layer, and that's enough to import all of this, the tornado layer, into our farm composition. So get it in play, and here we are. Then we'll just move this to the point where the clouds are twirling. So we get this here and then adjust its size like that, so the top is above the clouds and the bottom is touching the ground like this. Alright, that will do perfectly. And when we are done, actually let's place the tree above the tornado layer so you get more depth into the comp by making the tornado appear behind it. And we'll select here the puppet pin tool, click it and click to show the mesh, and we'll make 3 points for the top of our tornado like this, and one by one until the bottom. This will allow us to move our tornado the way we want, and if we get some problems we'll just increase the expansion like this, so more and more of our dust is inside of the mesh, and when we don't get these breaking problems. So let's get all these keyframes, hit U to reveal them. Let's get all these keyframes at their starting position. So let's go to 2.5 seconds where the tornado is fully formed and get these keyframes here, and then just go forward in time around 5 seconds where we can animate our puppet points to make the tornado move. So move the tip point and then go with the other points behind, following its lead. And we place 3 points at the top so it stays still like that and we don't get a distortion at the top. Alright, see here we're getting the break problem. We'll just have to get the puppet tool and increase here the expansion so we don't get any breaks. Let's go to full to review it. Alright, all the points seem to be in place, all the dust too, and we'll also increase the triangles here to get a smoother animation. So we have these keyframes at 5 seconds. Let's go down to 10 seconds and let's get another set of position like that. Remember first the bottom keyframe, the bottom point, and then the other ones following. And let's go to 15 seconds and even another set of keyframes like this. Bigger curve here, and then down to 20 seconds whole comp and the last position for our tornado. Alright, we have the whole animation done. Now let's select all these keyframes here and just right click them and make them easy ease. Keyframe assistant, select easy ease, and we'll get much smoother animation. Alright, let's close the settings for this layer here like that, and then we'll just do another solid, new solid. We'll name this grass. This is gonna be the grass spinning around the base of our tornado. So let's make this clear green, hit OK, apply particle world, and copy here all the settings for the grass. So it will end up looking like this cloud of grass that I have here, but we don't want the whole thing, just half of it. So go to options, select rendering, and go to render particles just above the floor. Hit OK, hit OK again, and we'll get this half like that. Alright, let's get this in place. Make this black thing here get to the point where our tip of the tornado is. Let's go to the starting position actually to make the first keyframe. And secondly, we want to animate the scale of this grass layer since it's going to be coming towards the camera. So hit S to reveal the scale, set a keyframe at the start position, go to 20 seconds and make it bigger like this. Not very much, but a little bit bigger. Now hit P to reveal the position settings, and we'll open again the tornado keyframes for the puppet tool. Go to the first position and go up until you see the grass layer. Let's go down to half like that, and we'll set a keyframe for the grass layer. Now go on, moving to the next keyframe, clicking this arrow, and just move the grass along like that. Next keyframe, the grass goes here. Next keyframe, we move it there, and next keyframe with the last position for our grass. Perfect. Another cool thing we can do here is animate the colors. So if you go here to particles, you'll see these two colors I made, and they are taken with this tool from the background, a sample from the background. And the cool thing is that we can make the grass cloud change according to the ground the tornado is flying over. So let's go to the first position keyframe here, set a keyframe for the colors like that, go to the next position keyframe and get a different sample from the ground that looks perfect. Go to the next keyframe and sample again. We'll get some of the road dust here, something like that. Go to the next keyframe and again some sample here, some brown, and last keyframe we'll get some green again. So that looks perfect, and we get this very realistic change of color for the dust, the grass layer I should say. Alright, now let's add another solid. Yeah, you guessed correctly, it's gonna be another particle world. We'll name this debris. We'll make it dark green, dark brown. Yeah, hit OK, apply particle world, and copy the settings for debris. We'll end up with something like these little particles that fly around the comp, and for better results we'll check options here, hit rendering, and hit here force motion blur. Hit OK, OK again, and then motion blur for the layer, the debris layer, and motion blur for the comp. Alright, we get this flying debris, and if we want more we'll just duplicate the layer, go to physics, increase the extra so we get different position for this debris. You can see it spinning around the screen right now, and let's close this and we are done. Oh, another thing, we may want to set this debris layer because at the beginning here we have nothing and we want some wind, so just offset them like that and make them bigger so they cover the whole comp like this. Okay, a few more touches. We'll make a mask for the tornado layer so it blends with the clouds. So select the tornado layer, get the pen tool, and do a mask like that. Right? We'll set this mask to subtract, hit F, and we'll feather it so the tornado blends perfectly with the clouds. Let's see. Maybe it's too up. Let's lower it just a bit. Alright. Looks cool this way. And another small thing to correct is to get to this clouds layer, hit U to reveal the keyframes, and notice these two that are the trill angle keyframes. those two are normal keyframes. We want to get this to be easy ease 2 and maybe make the animation, the whole thing, a little bit longer so we get twirling sky along the comp. Right, let's close this. And maybe I forgot to, yeah, the grass keyframes should also, the position, oops, not the birth, the position one and the scale ones should be easy ease 2. This is a nice touch. It adds some smoothness to all the movements and and changes, and don't forget to do that in your comps. All right, we have done all of the particle layers. We have done the tornado. Only thing left is to animate this little tree here. We didn't forget about you, little guy. So let's zoom in on it, and we're gonna animate him like if there's a lot of wind around, and we'll use the puppet tool here again. So click the puppet pin tool, and we'll make some points. We'll make one at the bottom here. Let's uncheck mesh. One at the bottom, one here, one here, one here, and one there. And when we have this, we'll just open, hit U to reveal all the keyframes, get them to the beginning, 0, 0, like that, and then zoom in a bit, move forward in time. We'll solo this layer to get better results. Move forward in time just a bit, and just move a little bit all of the puppet points to make this tree move with the wind. Not this one, of course. This one has to be still all the time. So move these points and do some wind dance like that. And keep going. We're gonna get as many positions as we can. Around 10, 15 will be good. If not, we'll repeat the keyframes, so if you don't do too many different positions, it will look too repetitive and it will look fake. So get some different positions for the 3 points, like that. We probably want it to bend towards the direction where the tornado is coming from, so something like this will do. And keep moving forward like that until we get many different positions. And when we do, let's do a quick round preview of this tree dancing. So check it out. Maybe it's a little bit too fast, so let's just select these keyframes, hit Alt, and separate them like this. Also, the bottom ones, this one is for this point here. And when we have this, also the top one actually, when we have something like this, we'll just select all of these keyframes. Whoops, yeah, like that. Copy them, go to the end position and paste them, and then select just like the half of it. Again, copy and paste, and again, oops, again like this, copy and paste. That way it gets a little bit more random. Now let's go to the whole comp, select all these keyframes, copy and paste. Again, paste until the end of the comp like that. So we have the whole tree dance. Let's watch it really fast. This tree moves with the wind happening around him. And let's de-solo the layer so we can get a view of everything. And I gotta tell you, we are done. This is the end of this part, the part 1. you can render this. Well, you have to render this because we're gonna put it to use in the second part, but if you want, you can stick with this result. This looks pretty cool, and if you want to continue, in part 2 we'll teach how to make the car point of view and the rack focus in the camera and the rain and all that stuff. So I hope to see you in part 2. My name is Carlos Badio, and see you soon.